Look at you lucky people who get to watch Child's Play with us. Hi, everybody.
up,
Monday Night Movie. Monday Night Movie.
We got Dan Treesh, Alex, JGB Sterling, Maxine.
Oh!
Right here.
Yes, we should have had everybody there.
Big.
Come on, folks. Watch the Child's Play with us.
bigger.
It'll be more rewarding than you think it is. Because this movie, there was no tongue-in-cheek, let's wink at the camera kind of shit. This was meant to be very scary. Roger Ebert gave this movie 3 out of 4 stars. This is not your cheesy Chucky from later Chucky films.
I still want to, before Halloween happens, I still want to see Cult of
Chucky. Have you seen the others?
I don't think I've seen like the last Chucky movie. Baby of Chucky, Seed of Chucky.
Did I not sell you on Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky?
I mean,
but those are
you
like
did,
jokey
but
entries.
I only have so much time. I might as well just skip to the end.
But that's why this one is so impeach Chucky. JGB Sterling. No, this one, because Troll 2 almost won.
Yeah, it was. This is the
says it
first
won the
time
popular
ever
vote.
that there's been a tie.
Look at that. You
In
got
the Monday Night
patrons.
Movie,
You got to be there.
It was 38% for Troll 2 and Chucky, and then I realized because when I created the poll, I voted for Troll 2 because it was my entry.
Oh,
But that's the Laser Time Accountants vote.
the opposite of a tiebreaker.
And yeah, so I basically undid if my vote didn't count, which it hasn't so many years.
But here, we are started 18 seconds into our file. You need to get past the movie logo because that could change depending on where you're watching it. You need to see United Artists Presents first in the font of the rest of the film. So get there real fast. United Artists Presents right before it shows the producer.
It's a nice sans serif font.
Yeah, looking into it, I wish I knew more about it. That this is the only film distributed by MGM. They kind of gave up on the franchise after this, and Universal took it over, and then someone else took it over.
Did it not make a lot of money?
Well, I think it was actually a little more controversial than I think most studio and United Artists and MGM have been struggling for a while.
Did Mattel sue them for
I don't think it was
ruining
nothing,
the
it
My
was
Buddy doll?
Nothing like that. But if you do look into the history of Child's Play, it has apparently spawned some murders, copycats. People thought
I was reading that on Wikipedia.
People in the UK thought this was going to inspire violence from
Jesus
children.
Christ, Dave.
It was.
Attaboy, Diamond Dog.
Dave just spilled a whole beer.
We're gonna get started in like 4 minutes, though.
My whole beer.
Sorry,
it's
Chucky's back.
It's like, it's like a fifth of the beer.
Maxine Morris says, "Don't blame me. I voted for Nilbog."
That's still quite a bit.
So yes, this is the Child's Play Friday the 13th playthrough, says Stacey D Pro. Indeed, it is. But it's such a fun movie. Like it has a legitimate budget. I would say it looks more expensive than the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Like there's a lot of animatronic work, a lot of fun gore, a lot of good location shots. Fun fact: the only time I watched this movie was with a commentary from another podcast. Ooh. Another podcast is commentary.
Was it We Hate Movies?
John Wieglow says, "Chucky, listen to your mother. Your mother's right, Chucky.
Mother's right, Chucky.
We will.
Good guy dolls have all the vitamins you need."
But hopefully, we have a good copy of the film. I have at a UPS store the Blu-ray box set, the 7-film box set, like $40. Picked it up. Lizzie has it as a top contender for if we ever do a follow-up to Elm Street Nightmare, it'll be Chucky. That looks the way it's going to be going.
Podcast, that'd actually be a bad name.
It's Child's Podcast. That's disgusting.
Oh, Podcast
of Chucky.
Pod of Chucky.
Phil Lopez, I love that show. Big fan.
Is Matt derailing it again with TJF shows?
No,
What's
Battleship
happening?
Retention, the podcast. The comment. They do a comment just like you guys just do. They do packs. You buy them.
Unbelievable.
They don't have a Patreon.
How dare they? How dare they bite our style?
They did it first, I think.
No, we've been doing this for years. But we're going to get started in like 3 minutes. Has everybody here seen this movie?
Yeah, it's been a little while, but I think I've seen every one of them.
I revisited it last year, and I couldn't believe that someone spent this much money getting this concept to film. I really couldn't. Like, it seems like a hard sell nowadays to make a convincing serial killer out of a very elaborate animatronic doll.
Animatronic or a little person.
Because if you look at Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, there's some heavy duty practical effects there, and some of them do not hold up great. Oh, the wacky arms.
Coming for you.
It's like Ed Wood fishing line. That is what's happening in that sequence. But this is different. I think Freddy did pave the way for an effects horror like this. But yeah, it went immediately over to Universal, and then who knows where the rights are because the latest movie just went straight to Netflix. It's in store. It was in stores and on Netflix the same day.
I think they're still run by the original creator.
I think they're somehow independently held by the original producers, and that I love that because of one studio who didn't have faith in the concept. That got to bear out for the people who created them.
It's like Toe Jam and Earl.
Exactly.
That didn't get to bear out exactly the same way. What are your favorite Chucky kills? I don't know, but I have a list of my favorite Freddy kills on
I think it's this one,
LaserTimePodcast.com.
but my favorite Chucky kill is where he puts that plastic sheet over the guy's face while he's driving. It might be this one, but
I think
might
that's
also
this
be
one.
two.
I think it's in the
don't
trailer.
remember.
Yeah.
If it's not this one, it's the second one. It's an early one.
The original producer owns 70% of the rights, as Daniel Treese. Nice. There's a book called How to Survive a Horror Movie, and the bit about possessed dolls is just kick them out of the way. Come on, they're tiny.
Yeah. There's going to be a great fight scene with the lady and the doll at the end of this movie. That you'll be doing a lot of that. Like, just throw it in the fire.
Well, I hope you fuck sticks are ready for this, because we're gonna kick off. We're 18 seconds into our file. We are paused right in the sans serif font of United Artists Presents. You got to get past the original producer logo or the original production logo, because we don't have the original production logo in this. It's the new United Artists version. You probably have something different as well.
John Wheelgo said the timestamp for that. I
21 seconds.
21 seconds.
21
Where's the
seconds.
other
It's
version?
18 for us, but we'll narrate you
thank
through
you,
the
Gojira, for
openings.
breakfast.
We're going to get started right now on the count of one. Counting down to one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. On pause.
Gojira for breakfast. Notice my shirt.
Oh,
A
that
David Kirshner production.
the classic Chucky theme.
It sounds way more actiony.
There is no
Sounds like a
classic
Rocky
Chucky
movie.
theme. Yeah. Tom Holland.
Tom Holland
Spider-Man?
film.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. made this
Spider-Man
movie?
directed this film.
He was negative
When
5
he was,
years
yeah,
old.
he wasn't even born yet. This looks like Blade Runner. Oh my god, I love old.
I miss when cop cars used to have like square edges.
Yeah.
So forgive me. Can we turn the spotlight off on us for just this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Come on.
that's
That
much
scare
better.
everyone.
Is that better? Are we in the dark now?
Well, now we have this
little
crazy light above us
Whoa!
that Chris broke.
See that guy just dive over a hood like that?
Philip Lopez says, "I forgot this movie starts in Act 3 of a different movie."
It starts with that show we talked about on 30-20-10 a few weeks ago, the San Francisco one with Three's
yeah.
Company guy in it.
For real, one of the producers of An American Tail and a bunch of animated films like Once Upon a Forest produced this too.
So is that actually Steven Dorff?
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif.
You know what? I don't actually know.
He's not the...
Because he looks like Tommy Wiseau.
Is that who are the big fans in here? Sebastian.
Is it still... It's still
Oh, hi,
Brad Dourif,
Chucky.
right?
Huh?
Brad Dourif.
He's still
Yeah.
Chucky, right?
He's still
Crazy.
the voice.
He's also in Dishonored, and it's like it's so hard to play that game. And
Fireball
not be like,
Island.
That's just
Oh, that
Chucky's
game
voice.
rules. What a dumb, great game. It is Brad Dourif this time.
there's
Yeah,
the-
it's him. See. Hi, thank you so much for
But
joining.
I've never. I like. How often do you see Brad Dourif play somebody?
Only in Deadwood.
Yeah.
That's a good title card.
I got a Buddy doll on as a
Ah!
little kid right when the movie came out.
Me too, Daniel. I had one, and I could not look. I carried that thing everywhere, and I loved it. And then I saw these movies, and I couldn't touch it
Catherine
anymore.
Hicks, the mom from Seventh Heaven, I believe.
Good thing it's not the dad from Seventh
Seconds and
Heaven.
levels. And again, thank you guys so much for joining us here. Consider becoming a patron. Get the video version of this forever, along with the MP3.
Phil Lopez says these dolls are horrifying before they're
I
possessed.
mean, I always say, like, My Buddy is what this is sort of based on.
Yeah, I wonder if like My Buddy dolls had like a dip in sales because of this.
They had to have,
I would,
right?
I would guess a rise in sales. Oh, She-Ra stuff.
Dynaminoff.
Yeah, look at all these brands that they
all
probably
these brands that-
did not pay for.
Oh, hi, Death.
Operation. Uh-oh, Pocket Rockers. I think that's a Pocket Rockers advertisement. The little proprietary tape cassettes that had a single on one side. Oh, Barbie and the Rockers. No, that's Barbie's Gem and the Hologram ripoff.
Ugh.
You're tearing me apart, Chucky.
Ha. Chica to China, the Chinese checkers, if you look closely.
Man, this fun is terrible for credits.
Aqueous
Barbie and the
Boy
Rockers.
says, Dinah Manoff of Empty Nest fame?
Probably.
Yes. Getting blood all over the toys, man. This is really close to being a great Christmas film. Hashtag brand, says Philip Lopez. Oh, look at it. That's not a Famicom. That's a fake one. That's the Good Guys brand.
This shitty font is like how I like write notes when I'm like in a hurry at a game demo, and then I give it to a coworker, and they're like, "I can't read this shit." You're mixing capitals and lowercase willy nilly.
That is the official font of the debut of Cherry Coke.
Flamingo Cocktail says, this one blog that I read, they were talking about finding all the toys, like frame by frame. They said that a
Dinosaur
blog did it
Dracula?
for the candy and Killer Clowns. Yeah, I assume that's Dinosaur Dracula. I think he did that.
Dentry says it would be fun if he stepped on the big keyboard
With Robert Loggia.
Nuts and gum. That's all. Oh, that's not how it goes. I'm pissed my mom
Good
gave away my
guy
copy of Fireball
dolls.
Island.
We're gonna sell good guy dolls.
Kelly Lee Ochoa says, Ochoa says, Brad Dourif played in more than Child's Play, you know. We know that. He's in tons of stuff.
How did he know how to do this? And couldn't you have found like a better doll? Kalima.
So I know Dembella. That's a bad thing because he keeps saying it.
You know Latin? Is it Latin?
I did not shoot her. I did not. He only looks like Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, he should have thrown a football while he was in here.
Fuck! Right into the kid's sister.
Phil Lopez says,
Jesus.
oh,
What?
jeez, they
Wait,
opened
how'd
it.
that happen?
The guy drank a lot of gasoline right before he came
Did he
in.
land on the
Voodoo.
explodey toy?
It's voodoo magic. Sebastian Villegas says, well, dude was under pressure,
Indeed he was.
so he exploded. It's magic.
And this is Baba Booey who killed him. Sorry, boss.
I'm going to pretend I get that.
Baba Booey from Howard Stern?
I read his books. I just never heard his
Alright.
show.
You have to know what Baba Booey looks
The
like.
Ghostbusters! Ghostbusters Ecto 1. More toy
Really?
shots, please. I want to narrate all this.
Oh man, Guitar Creep Show. Last time they watched it, it was followed by a Q&A with the director.
I have no idea I was supposed to live up to that.
So
Tom
jealous.
Holland?
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Because this is a series
I'm afraid you've got the wrong guy.
I'm not
That's
that
funny, man.
knowledgeable of. And his eyes open. And his eyes open.
His eyes
They
are
were
open.
already
And
open.
his
They're
eyes
open
open.
now. His eyes closed.
Oh, I forgot they actually did a cartoon for the show, which is
Jackie
like...
Divaji says, Chucky's the only horror character I was truly scared of. I couldn't watch the films or even look at the toy. The stream is me conquering my fears.
I was that way for a long time. It was the last thing I was afraid of. That I would go into like Spencer's or whatever, and they would have the doll up there for years after it was relevant, and I couldn't look at it.
I'm surprised they never made like an extended Chucky cartoon like they did here.
This is pretty that's pretty like
That's-
solid. That looks just like an 80s cartoon, right? They must have put some money into that.
Some of that Nelvana money.
Yeah. It's like a full paint. Looks like a Ruby Spears cartoon.
That scene was actually filmed in a Chinese
I
restaurant.
love how
This is-
cynical this kid is.
Warfare.
I've already saw this episode.
Ah! Sebastian Villegas says that the commercial was done by Ruby Spears.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I'm a cartoon genius.
that's why.
My
I was
business-
close with Nelvana.
My business card says cartoon expert
Oh.
that I got printed for free as a joke.
This would never have happened if you just bought a Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, yeah.
This made modernly.
This is true to life for kids.
Dude, what is that? Tricks with marshmallows?
Now, that when you're a kid, only pour one spot.
There's like a full gingerbread man in a cereal. Jesus Christ!
Oh, my God.
I would only do that with Rice Krispies. I wouldn't do or regular Cheerios. I would never do that with
Cornflakes,
an
too.
already. No, I never had cornflakes in the house. We would have. Oh my God!
No.
Bye.
Ah!
Oh man!
It's all so bad.
Sebastian says a big good guy suit is even more terrifying. Dude, I've got to find the actual title of the video, but I got like sucked into a YouTube rabbit hole. I think they're like these Indonesian kind of puppets.
Indigenous.
That are they're basically like full body like that kind of Chucky puppets.
jeez.
And all
that
they can do
butter?
is blink their eye and stick out their tongue, and it's the most disturbing thing.
Oh, he's making it for his mom.
Did that cereal have like Shrinky Dinks in it? The longest commercial you've ever seen.
This kid's adorable.
2.5 minutes.
Okay. Ugh.
Oh man, I think we played Friday the 13th with this
It
kid.
doesn't look so much like cereal as like a pair of jams.
My
I had in
good
the
guy
80s.
doll's head hurts.
I'll spill it all over.
She's dead.
Your mom is Al Borland?
I don't think so, Chucky. Jeez, Aqueous Boy says, "You stupid idiot! That's not how you make breakfast." Nick B says, "Chris, I can't believe it's not butter."
I hope that wasn't butter. That was gross.
Sorry, Phil Lopez.
So that kid dresses like his favorite toy
Yeah.
cartoon show?
I did that. I had a teddy bear that I took a T-shirt off of a Bart doll and put onto him so he would dress like me.
Man,
So sad.
You'd pay $18 for that in San Francisco.
Hey, there's no
Son, you're a
avocado
terrible
on
cook.
there. Sebastian Villegas says, hard to believe Catherine Hicks went to Seventh Heaven after this. She's too good for that stupid show.
Yeah, it should have been the father in this scene.
Oh, Chris.
Sorry.
Christopher.
Sorry. So
Christopher.
they wanted me to say that. That's why they mentioned it.
I hope that guy comes back to Always Sunny.
This kid is going to have an awful coming down phase.
Daniel Tree says he walks around in a He-Man loincloth.
Whoa,
We interrupt
whoa.
this kid's cartoon
Yes,
to bring you serial
that
killer
is
news.
disturbing. You don't interrupt Saturday morning cartoons for fucking murder reports.
It's okay. She flipped it to the B-roll
Wow,
channel.
Daniel Treese walked around in the He-Man loincloth. Pics, please. But in a different format.
A bad boy doll.
Oh, what a terrible birthday present. The big box contains jeans.
Jessica Biel was on Seventh Heaven, right?
Yeah.
Chucky wasn't.
Verofer says, oh my god, such a huge box. I think he means the doll.
Yeah, I would prefer mud for my birthday than
Or whatever.
jeans at this age.
How much did that thing cost? Like $30?
Still, you don't get the accessories to the thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to go brag about how thick you're rolling with Patreon money. Buy 1,000 good guy dolls.
$100.
That's like $500 in today money.
Oh yeah, she was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, Sebastian Villegas. I forgot that. I wonder if that movie's any good. I watched it when I was like 13.
Which one?
The first remake, not the second one.
Oh, the 2003 one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got really upset over the prequel. Wow.
Oh,
This is 1988 eBay, by the way.
this one's got the soul of a mobster in it, but otherwise it's pretty good.
You didn't meet my reserve.
This one's got Tommy
It was
Wiseau
kind of
in
a classy alleyway peddler. I'm surprised he wasn't like, you can do other things for this, you know.
$30. Kelly is realizing he was born in 1988. Yeah.
it. Nick B says, it's not my fault the average American wages haven't increased with the rate of inflation, Mom.
Take this doll and know it carries a terrible curse. This flaming cocktail.
Daniel Tree says, that's not mint in box, Mom.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Root. Just kidding, that's not him.
God, this guy's voice.
Man, do you think that guy ever played anybody straight or
Yeah.
likable?
Looks like that worm that Captain Marvel fought all the time.
Yeah. I'm a malevolent wiener. I apologize.
I didn't go to stuffy business school for no reason.
Every 80s movie department store is stocked with these guys.
They're stocked with these guys and like, it's your fault you're not moving these $10 plastic necklaces.
Every time I've ever gone to a department store or a mall, it's always like a shitty teenager. It's never one of these guys.
He is like, in every Body Switch movie, he's the guy at the company that dad works for, but the son starts to usurp him.
That he can't tell
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Snooty, snotty. Snotty?
Man, where do you go to get that kind of rights-free jacket? I remember there was a Chucky poster in my local Hollywood video that scared the crap out of me as a kid. Says Willie Fresh.
Yeah.
I didn't see these movies as a little kid. The posters scared the fuck out of me, and they were everywhere, and they were very distinctive. I remember I went
fucking
to
terrifying.
Universal Studios for the first time in like the early '90s, and like a huge 2-story Child's Play, like he's about to snip off the top of a Jack in the Box.
The Jack in the Box, yeah.
Like this is right underneath the American Tail Ride.
What year was this?
Your friend to the end. Hidey-ho.
91, 92,
91?
maybe 92.
Virofer says, good news, son. I got more pants.
God, I fucking miss Hollywood Video.
You soil his pants, you can wear her. Oh, I messed it up.
I guess the girl from Ghostbusters was busy.
Yeah, that's
Sigourney
she's
Weaver?
very Annie Potts-esque.
Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't think of Annie Potts' name. Damn it. We talked about her twice in 2010 last week.
No, but this is like kind of a 1990s like stereotype of like the best friend to the female lead.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Who I always kind of had a crush on. Like,
It's always the hotter one. It's
Yeah.
always the frizzy-haired, like, that's the one the movie's like, she's not as hot. She's got
Yeah.
frizzy hair and she's mousy. And now we're like, no, that's the one I wanted.
like Kirstie Alley's friend in Look Who's Talking.
Yeah.
I always kind of had a crush on her.
Goes back further than that. Everyone watch How to Succeed in Business from 1966, I think. Man, the second lady in that movie.
Phil Lopez says, and this is the end of a great movie where a young boy gets his dream present.
Why does every 80s movie have the slutty mom's friends?
Yeah, exactly. That's what, yeah.
Yeah, she's probably going to get a call from one of her dates. They're going to make a joke about how she has several dates.
Yeah, I can't babysit, and you just see her like all over the bartender on the phone.
Look at the shoulder pads, too.
Huh, I have a thing for frizzy-haired women, says Sebastian.
Me too, dude.
My headcanon is the kid's dad is the guy robbing the store, says Cambrier.
So the kid's dad is Chucky?
It's well, it just seems like.
That would be a good twist. I think that'd be good.
But
That'd work.
the opening is so silly. It can seem like just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just
It reminds me of
just
the opening
kill her
of
in a
Kiss
doll.
Kiss Bang Bang. Isn't he
yes.
also robbing a toy store in the
Yes.
beginning of that?
yes, and getting shot.
Movie's
That's
so
a
good.
shoddily made doll. Basically, it doesn't have any arms.
There's a soul inside of it.
Your
His
womb.
womb.
Somebody needs a biology lesson.
Willie Fresh 92 says that's a good name. Says my Hollywood Video is now a flooring store, and both my Blockbusters are now vitamin stores. That's
nuts.
2017, dude. God, Hollywood Video was the best because they would have like they were the middle between the mom and pop video store and the Blockbuster. So they'd have like weird almost porn and also like weird VHS anime, but also all the big movies you want to rent. Verofer says, so did that hobo clean off the blood?
This one costs extra. It's got the soul of a serial killer in it.
And Trish says, can you imagine how many D-cell batteries it takes to run a soul on a doll?
Eat your
Yeah.
tongue away.
Ah!
More than my Game Gear. Kelly Lee says, I've seen every Chucky movie ever made, but not the 7th one yet.
So are good guy dolls like dolls that get rejected by women and get angry about it? But I'm a good guy doll.
I've been so nice to you 7 times, exactly. That's worth 1 sex, please.
I listened to you talk about your boyfriend,
Yeah.
who's a bad guy doll.
He's such a jerk. He buys you stuff, but he also isn't open about his emotions.
Also, the Albertsons had a video store in it. Maxine Morris, I'm down. I remember that. They had a video game rental area in the grocery store. It was a terrible selection.
What a shitty babysitter. She didn't even change him into pajamas.
Wow, it was suddenly
is it
bigger than
just-
the kid.
I mean, he's kind of always wearing pajamas.
I guess, yeah.
Weird little weirdo.
Wait, yeah, do his pajamas look just like his regular clothes?
Maybe.
Is that his dad in the background? There's like a little
Ooh,
weird picture.
I should tell you, says Sebastian Villegas, the Cult of Chucky on Netflix does not have the
Yeah.
post-credit scene from the unrated Blu-ray.
You know what I bet does? YouTube.
Oh, stop it.
YouTube.
Do you guys wear pajamas?
Hell no.
No?
I
Do you,
mean,
Dave?
pajama pants.
I wear yeah, that's what I
You gotta
wear.
roll around your dick. It'll make it bigger.
I wear pajama pants and a Donald Duck
I mean, it depend-
women's
yeah.
shirt from Uniqlo.
This kid's basically doing the voice that I do in every
Yeah.
Friday the 13th stream when a kid's talking.
This straight up was me though. I talked to all my stuffed animals and things. All
By the
my-
way, I played a little bit of it this morning. Kid showed up again.
yeah.
And this time it was kids fighting, like, you're an F word. And I'm like, and the weird thing is, I was hosting it because I started the room, and I'm like, I almost want to quit because I should be doing something else, but I'm like, I want to keep hearing this.
How exactly would Andy have gotten up to change the channel that fast anyways? I don't know. Don't ask a lot of questions.
Aqueous Boy says, my pajamas look like my birthday
It was your
suit.
brother.
Wink.
What? From here on out, anybody watching anything in black and white is always angels with filthy souls.
I
But
watched, a lot
my
of,
Tommy gun don't.
I watched a lot of black and white cartoons this week. Check out lasertimepodcast.com to find out why.
Oh.
Someday this week, who knows? Sebastian Villegas says, how about this for a battle? Chucky versus the Annabelle doll. I haven't seen
That
that
Annabelle,
movie.
yeah, Annabelle, whatever, Origins or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
the first. I saw The Conjuring. I haven't seen Conjuring 2 or Annabelle.
Yeah, I got drunk and passed out during The Conjuring, but I enjoyed it up until that
Oh,
point.
man.
Is there anything more terrifying in a horror movie than a slow zoom, says Philip Lopez.
creepy little Vern Troyer cam there.
Dana Tree says, imagine what Woody and Buzz would say when Andy brings Chucky home. Yeah, Chucky doesn't adhere to the rules. He lets people see him. There's a second Annabelle movie?
Yeah.
There's a whole Conjuring verse. There are 4 Conjuring movies about a fake team of ghost hunters that we know is fake.
Yeah, but have you seen the first one lately? It's a really interesting setup.
Yeah, I saw it. I liked it. I was a little annoyed that a lot of stuff, and I was like, well, this is just like that other movie, but I could have just gotten over that. Because it was like, well, this is just Poltergeist plus this movie plus this movie.
I did see, if you listen to that Laser Time about weird sequels, the Blair Witch movie is now on all streaming platforms. Like Hulu,
Blair Witch 2
Amazon.
or the new one?
The new one.
Oh, did you like it?
I haven't checked it out yet.
No.
I'm still kind of terrified by how much I hated Book of Shadows.
Is it really called Book of Shadows?
The second one?
Isn't that also what...
It's called Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2.
What's National Treasure? Is that Book of Secrets or is that Book of Shadows?
You're the one to ask about that. I wouldn't see that garbage.
I've never seen the second one. I've seen National Treasure 1 probably 15 times.
Maxine Moore says, "Yep, here's your problem. Someone set this thing to
Someone
evil."
set this thing to evil.
This has to be like the newest thing that was Treehouse of Horror segment for probably a decade.
Well, that was also a Twilight Zone reference.
Yeah, because there's
Oh,
another doll
yeah.
episode of the Twilight Zone.
I
But
think they
meant
rolled them
this
both
one.
together.
But there's an anthology movie that ends with a ventriloquist dummy coming to life. I forget what it's called. It goes back to the
Goosebumps?
fucking 50s or 60s. No.
Slappy from the Goosebumps. GGB Sterling says, boy, that new Blair Witch really came and went, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Turns out this woman we can't even conjure an image of in our minds didn't have what it takes to stand the test of time.
I mean, I know I've seen her in things. I just couldn't tell you what, ever.
Sebastian Villegas says, how do you think Holtzman from Ghostbusters would react to Chucky? God, she's the best. I wish that movie had done well just to have her more Holtzman.
Oh, I got it in my Coke.
Phil Lopez says that Goosebumps movie rules. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that a lot.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
heard
Jack Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, I watched it. It's actually
I
pretty
used to host a Goosebumps podcast.
Wow.
Oh, but Sebastian Villegas did not like it.
Wow.
Says it was lame.
I mean, I only really like it for Jack Black playing R.L. Stein.
Oh, you watched it?
Like a complete crazy person.
I mean, he looked amazing in it.
Yeah.
I loved seeing what clips I did of
But there are
his
so few
performance.
people who have that household name.
Yeah.
That anyone could play it in any way and it'd be like, oh yeah, that's probably R.L. Stein.
When I was doing that podcast, I would tweet at R.L. Stein like once every couple days
What do you
just to
look
get
like,
him
sir?
to acknowledge
Oh,
me.
man.
Jack Black.
We can't see her. Oh,
We can't see who.
she was doing the John Cena.
Sebastian Villegas, yeah, we only did it for a little bit. I had 2 friends. One of them lived in England and was a huge Goosebumps fan. One of them was from here, was a huge Goosebumps fan, and I had never read the books, so I was reading it for the first time.
If Garfield saw Chucky, he wouldn't care because he's so lazy to be scared. It's my best Lorenzo music. It's a lot like my Native American.
I was so annoyed and excited on Rick and Morty when they had that Lorenzo music Bill Murray conversation.
I don't know, I'm not a genius, Morty.
Because I've been having that conversation for decades. Like I've had that conversation with so many of my
Shitty Town
friends. Sebastian Villegas says, "I'm looking
Here
for
it comes.
the Fear Street movies. Are they doing that?"
Fuck!
Whoa!
She take a ball-peen hammer to the forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! He hit her really hard.
So she turned around in the time that happened.
That straight up looks like a scene from a Tim Burton Batman movie, like with the snow and the architecture.
Was this a
She's okay.
Phil Lopez says, "Watch out, hot friend."
pre-Tears in Heaven world where like an apartment could be built like that?
Baby.
What is? I don't know what that is a reference to.
What's his name?
Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton. That song about his
Okay,
son.
all right, now I get it.
I know for a fact the Babysitter's Destiny was edited to shreds in the TV edit. We
it
talk
sucks.
about that on Elm Street Nightmare. Somebody argued with me like, "There's nothing homoerotic about Nightmare on Elm Street 2," and like, you must have seen this on TV. There's so much man bare ass that just is taken out during an ass hanging out during a push-up sequence, and ass hanging out during a kill.
Disco Hero says, "Holy shit, that hammer was from a kid's playset."
Yeah.
Like he must have hit her with the force of 1,000 suns. Like he hit her so hard that she flew backwards all the way through the kitchen, through a window.
She lives here on the Blade Runner set.
Though I feel like there's some other horror movie that did the
Bradbury
same
Building.
thing where someone used the back of a hammer as a weapon, and it forever made me scared of the back of a hammer.
You know you can go to that building.
Anybody of these cops want to help her find her kid?
He's right
you
there.
go.
Cops got him.
Yeah, but no one said shit to her when she walks in her own
She
apartment.
didn't give him a chance to. Snatcher One says, well, she has a bloody hammer in her head and flew out a window. Clearly suicide. Miss Barkley, 40% of my head is hair.
I'm a wiener.
Your cocktail says that cop just sitting there reading the paper.
I'm a Def Comedy Jam's impression of a white person.
Detective
Hi,
Sam
I'm David
Murray.
Lynch and my hair hasn't gone gray yet.
Black people drive like this, and I drive like this.
Would you like to see me dance? Ma'am, I'm every Jim Carrey character in an In Living Color sketch.
No, I did not see the poster of the Nightmare 2 Mark Patton documentary, but he's got a book out. I can't wait to check it out.
Is documentary just about Nightmare 2?
Yeah.
I love this age of let's make documentaries about the smallest pop culture things. I love it. Room 237 or whatever the movie's called is one of my favorite movies.
I know she's bummed, but like, shouldn't she also be like, oh, thank God, my son? Like,
Yeah.
she's probably still in that mindset. Like, shit,
Yeah.
my best friend died, but my
I can
son
find another
still
friend.
alive.
I don't have to be impregnated to have another friend.
I wish I could one day meet a cop who has that little checkerboard thing on
My
their
window
head.
dressing.
Man, we have one lead. We think that your doll has the ghost of Brad Dourif in it and it murdered your friend.
We're taking concrete molds as we speak.
Disco Hero says, man, forensics would have a field day with this. Seriously, the only fingerprints on that handle would be Andy's.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think your son might be a mutant.
Could you not test? Okay, good.
My
That's
favorite
about-
movie is Freddy vs. Jason. Kelly, that movie is fucking crisp.
That movie's so much fun.
It's so good.
Andy, fuck your doll. My friend's dead.
Jesus.
We have rewatched it for Elm Street Nightmare. I have yet to record it, but watching it was just like...
It's so much fun.
This is not a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. This is not a Friday the 13th movie. It's
Yeah.
different, and it's great.
No, it's a late 90s horror movie. It's straight up. It's of
Attitude
the...
Era inspired.
Absolutely.
It's really fun.
It's of that era of
It's
like
strangely,
13 Ghosts and shit.
It's strangely more of a time capsule than any Freddy or Jason individual movie.
Absolutely.
So, like, he doesn't have the same size foot as the doll. So why would he look at his shoes?
What? What did you just say?
He was talking.
Oh, why would they examine the kid's shoes
Yeah,
for the footprints?
when they're obviously bigger than the footprints that are in that.
Could have been on his tippy
flower.
toes. He could have fashioned a
Just
crude
beating
device to
yourself
put
up
the
to-
doll's
yeah.
feet on his. Jano Tree says, we need more Who or crossovers. And he meant horror and left the R's out. Flamingo Cocktail says, oh, there is a Ring versus The Grudge. I've been meaning to watch The Ring again.
There
It's been
is.
a long
Oh,
time.
from Japan?
Yeah.
Mm.
The Ring is... Do you think it's not a good movie?
No.
I think that movie
it's a beautiful movie.
I think it might be my last really favorite
but
horror
I didn't.
movie.
I didn't think it was very scary.
Oh, I was terrified, but I was
I'd
12.
I'd seen the original
Like he's
first.
doing the shrug emoji right now.
If Stewie versus Chucky, that would be awesome.
He
This
does
kid-
look like Stewie.
This kid also kind of has the red rum.
Ah!
Yeah. I'm sure that was...
Yeah.
that feels like that would be intentional.
Chucky, do you have a cocaine habit?
JGB Sterling, if you're watching your copy in VLC, I always find that just tapping the space button a couple times to like pause it and unpause it will sync it. Sebastian Villegas, I've never watched the Japanese Grudge movies. I should. I've watched Ringu, and I like that movie a lot. I watched the American Grudge, and I fucking hated it.
You know, our buddy Greg wrote a little guide to J horror a while back. So hopefully we'll have that on our Facebook.
We're about to
soon.
share that on our Facebook.
Mm-hmm. What up, Joe Drew? I was in my mid-20s when The Ring came out, and I couldn't sleep for a week after I saw it.
I was 12 when that movie wrecked my
God,
life.
I want that guy in the left to die so hard.
It's my new favorite character in the movie, Cop Mustache Man.
That is Trey Parker. That's now Trey Parker sent back to 1988.
You're the my own now, dog.
Also, we're,
Chris, can you open this for me?
Do
you have a thing? I mean, if you give it to me, I can do it. The Japanese One Missed Call. That's a Japanese movie. Says Maxine Morris. Thank you.
Does that cop have a sheriff's badge?
Thank you.
Where's that music coming from?
You ever hear Paul F. Tompkins' bit about in horror movies when somebody splashes cold water in their face and looks in the mirror in their bathroom?
No.
It's the best. Joe Drew said,
"Oh, the kid's looking at Chucky. I'm trying to sync just you." John Wheel goes, "You get here late. You can't be in sync. Unbelievable."
They get out of sync. Oh, I thought he meant his file was getting out of sync. I didn't know he meant in sync with us. Oh, it's a Takashi Miike movie. I love that guy. That guy makes crazy ass movies, and the Phoenix Wright movie.
Did he make?
Why
Did he make? He made the Yakuza one. He might.
Imagine
He might not have made Phoenix
Why
Wright.
did she buy him a good guy doll when he's obviously into dinosaurs? Like, look at all those dinosaurs. Too many dinosaurs.
This is
He's got enough.
right in the middle of Dinosaurs.
It's like they just thought up a kid's stereotype for this movie.
Yeah.
Does he like race cars too? I bet firefighters.
I was writing something a long time ago how Land Before Time was
Directed
like-
by Takashi Miike.
was like
Ace Attorney of the
wow,
film.
was like Cars. Whereas all little kids have toy cars, and nobody bothered to like, well, let's license those motherfuckers and make a movie out of them, so they buy our cars.
It was an animated show. It was there's a Hot Wheels show.
No one
Or was
remembers
it
that.
was it Micro Machines?
But I'm just saying that's what Cars was, a billion-dollar merchandising empire for being geniuses and saying like no one is proprietizing kids' cars. Like every little boy loves vroom vroom cars. What if it had a name, a face, a personality, a backstory?
I didn't. I was the one kid who couldn't give a shit about cars.
But Land Before Time, there's generic dinosaur shit everywhere because you can't copyright a fucking dinosaur unless you get that Littlefoot action.
Wow. Sebastian Viegas says Land Before Time was released a week after Child's Play. So.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that lines up. 88.
Oh, and Dan Tree says that if you downloaded the Blu-ray copy, there's some extra time added to scenes that throw things off.
Oh.
So.
Oh. Well, we fucked this up.
Red Bingham says Rings 2017 sucks dick. I haven't seen that movie. But sucking dick's pretty great. So I don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, now that we know this commentary won't work, let's enjoy ourselves.
Just put on whatever movie you guys want to watch and talk to
Yeah,
us
go
about
for
it.
it.
Who cares? Put on Land Before Time.
Yeah, throw on
Well, if you've got a version that's 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 31 seconds long, then you're still good.
Just put on Bridge on the River Kwai. We won't be here for 2 hours of it, but you know.
Look at that.
you'll
He also
enjoy
likes
yourself.
firefighters. This is the kid's stereotype.
Yeah.
I've never seen the original Land Before Time.
You're an idiot. Why?
I wasn't alive when it came out.
Yes. Oh, that's no excuse. There was like 14 more after that.
I was a Disney kid. We were all about Disney. I actually didn't see a lot of Bluth movies as a kid, except Rockadoodle and one or two other ones.
And those are the ones you. Land Before Time is the benchmark. It's
I
fucking
need to watch it.
American
I watched most
Tail,
of them later.
Not great.
Really?
Fun. I
Oh,
like
always
it a
thought
lot.
that was the better one.
It's a shitty musical, whereas Land Before Time doesn't bother with that.
Are you saying that that song? What is that song? Looking at the Moon, whatever that song is.
No,
that's
that's
a great song.
Fine. But when he meets a friend and they sing a 3-minute song about how they're now friends.
There.
Where a duo,
But it's a song about
a
Jewish
duo.
immigration searching for the new world.
That's
cool.
fine. All that shit is great.
Or a movie about that. I mean,
The song Jerry Orbach sings, also great.
I can't believe that only 2 of Don Bluth's movies went on to animated series. Isn't that crazy? Or was there a Dragon's Lair
There was
show?
a Dragon's Lair series.
So
Okay.
we're like 35
So
minutes
3.
into this movie.
32 exactly.
So it's finally proven that
Was
this
it
kid
exactly?
is not living in a room style situation where he's,
he's not allowed to leave the house.
he's trapped inside that house by his mom.
Yeah, Magic Man brings up a good point. Bluth movies were depressing as a kid. Like they were dark, which I grew to like later.
Fun and scary. And
But
like,
as a kid, I wanted Disney
kids
movies.
deserve something scary.
But I also watched shit like this. I watched this movie when I was like 6. Ruby Spears made the Dragon Slayer cartoons. Well, yeah, he did. I mean, Bluth didn't make any of those. He
I did
didn't
love
make
as a
the
kid
All
having
Dogs Go to Heaven show.
having like a snowsuit.
Oh, this
When it
has
was
to be
super
Chicago,
cold.
right? You had a snowsuit?
Yeah.
No, see, something I can't relate to. All right,
Not
I'm
a
sure
snow,
in Chicago.
Not a
now.
snowsuit, but like
does
snow
look like
pants
Chicago.
and snow jacket. Man, this kid's all about the PDAs.
Just make it out with my doll here.
Can I
hold
hold
your
your hand on the train?
That's awful.
This kid's on the train by himself.
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing that when you were this age? Or you grew up in Long Island? Did you
Yeah,
get to
but
do stuff like this?
I wouldn't go on public transportation by myself.
Yeah. Although I did grow up, I think I was the last child who had the all right, go outside and come back at dinner time, and we'll fucking.
No, I would like. It's weird. Like we're like. I've been watching a lot of like shows and movies that are set around Halloween, like Hocus Pocus that we discussed on Bonus Time. Looking forward to that tomorrow, where it's like, oh wow, all these kids are trick or treating by themselves. That's what we used to do, but now like you'd probably be like arrested if you send your kids out to trick or treat without going with them.
I don't think I ever did trick or treating by myself.
Really?
I think it was just
man.
but not because they were
You haven't
worried.
lived.
I think it was just a family thing. I would always go with my parents. Whoa, Red Biggins says I was 5 when I saw Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Scarred me for life. Is that the one with Dennis Miller?
No, I don't think so.
Is it the other one?
Actually.
Or is that's Bordello of Blood?
I'm gonna put you in this creepy rocking chair, okay?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna meet Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Yeah, we haven't seen Chucky move yet.
I know,
except
it's
to
kind
kill
of-
that lady. Is he peeing?
Jesus.
This kid just peeing out in the dark, out in the cold.
I don't think that was in the IMDb parents warning guide. Kid pisses.
Kid pees. God, this
Oh
movie
yeah,
is
that was
dark.
the guy from the beginning.
So did Chucky lead? Did Chucky somehow make this happen? Them going to this house, or it just happens
he
to be in front of
suggested
it?
all this to Andy.
Ow! Fuck my ass.
Schnazzy one says, "Where's the weed dealer, Chucky? You told me you were cool."
Girlfriend just came in and I told her we were watching Child's Play and she gave an audible ugh. And like what? She had the same assertion Lizzie did. This is the scariest thing to her
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah.
And she doubled down with like and a hint of sexual assault from Chucky. Just a,
That happens in this movie.
I'm not
the
that it
first one?
happens, but just like he violates everything about everybody. Whereas Jason will just kill you. Like
Holy
Chucky
crap!
would.
That kid took the longest piss in recorded history.
Well, he's gonna take that whole freaking suit
Oh,
off.
is this where he meets the Fat Albert gang?
I already said that, Chris.
Chucky, turned out I had to make an Arnold Palmer. Had a little bit of both in there.
Fun fact: the original Child's Play was 2 hours long. Says Sebastian Villas. I'm not kidding.
I made lemonade and chocolate. Didn't think I had it in me, but I did it.
Do you think an Arnold Palmer has chocolate in it?
No, but it's when you mix iced tea.
It's when you make a Tyler Palmer little kid shit and piss. Technini Vaji. Yeah, I was so terrified by Chucky. He may be the most terrifying horror. That's so crazy.
I mean, as a kid, I wasn't afraid of Freddy. I wasn't afraid of Jason. I was afraid of Chucky.
John Wheelga says this is a location from The Fugitive. You're probably right. That was shot around Chicago as well. And what movie is this now?
It looks like Death Wish.
What a dumb kid.
I wish I was dead.
Goddamn rich cunt.
This guy's shooting at my doll. I better run towards the fire. Chucky.
Look at that gun. Jack Nanivagi agrees with me.
I got a lead on him.
Oh, thank God. I don't have to shoot him. I'm just going to molest him. That guy's hair is 10 years earlier than this
No one was
movie.
afraid of Puppet Master. Puppet Master was fucking weird, dude. Oh, Demonic Toys is actually what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes, Booster Duck. I was terrified of Slappy from Goosebumps. That's one that scared me. And also, I had a VHS of the Haunted Mask Goosebumps episode, and the cover of that freaks me out. Jesus.
Can we get a kid jumping away from an explosion?
Yeah.
Chucky,
There are more exploding houses in this than the entire Nightmare on Elm Street series.
So Chucky is like an ultimate like tactician who can kill people with these devices, but he still got just captured by cops in a toy store and put his soul into a dummy.
I'm really angry that we didn't get a kid jumping away from an explosion right there.
Yeah. He's wearing a different sweater now.
I'm sick of being a police officer.
I just want to dance.
He is a Christmas movie.
Look, we're waiting for the murders to settle down, much like how I'd like to settle down with a nice woman.
Look, I got to get on a train to Charlottesville right now, so we got to get this over with.
Kevin Nealon interrogates.
This guy is a Brandon Small character. Like, this guy is Captain Mustache.
Captain Mustache?
Yeah, he is straight up Captain Mustache.
So you were running through the snow.
He's a doll that talks.
Nick B says that kid would be dead from the Blast movie over. They didn't he doesn't even have soot on his
No.
jacket or anything. Like he was
Permanently
right
ruptured hearing.
he was right there when it exploded.
This guy looks like every time like a YouTuber makes a movie, and you can tell that they because they paid for it, they have to be in it, even though they also directed it. Everyone else looks like an actor, and then he looks like him.
It's the
He has
impetus of
my
everything I
bald
do.
spot.
Phil Lopez says, "Ma'am, your son is dead. Dead tired. He's been traveling all day."
He got on a train and went to a junkyard and then blew up a house.
See, we don't care that you have Jane Lynch's haircut.
Sebastian Villegas says, "What's funny is that Chris Sarandon would voice Jack Skellington."
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Never shake a baby doll.
All right, this guy's gonna come in and be the good cop now.
Damn. Ah!
Jesus,
Man, he's Louise Woodwarding that
He's
thing.
the only guy who knows. He knows what's up.
what is that?
Is
that a wrestling?
Next week's 30-20-10.
Swimming Birds says Child's Play is a building demolition project that got funding by pretending it was shooting a movie. We destroyed this building and that one and this one.
Now, you really are a 90s kid if you don't know Louise Woodward. She was all the rage in the 90s. She pioneered Baby Shake.
I don't know about that, Jack Nini Vanji. The Robot Chicken sketch where Chucky got killed by the Cabbage Patch Kids was one of the best. I feel like I would write that as a parody of what Robot Chicken does.
That's a lot of Robot Chicken. Is like, wow, this is a first draft as hell.
What if something really dark happened to this kid's property?
I still like Robot Chicken.
What if blank from the 80s,
I grew up
90s
with
turned
it.
out to be rape?
That's what's crazy now is when you watch like recent. I mean, I'll go like 6 years without watching an episode, then I'll watch it again and be like, oh my god, they're referencing stuff from like the early 2000s because that's what the writers know now. Except Seth Green, who was already famous. He was already doing coke when this kid's cartoon was on.
I need your bottle opener, David. Apparently, a group of protesters did surround the MGM entrance over Child's Play, but an MGM executive did manage to get them to leave in 10 minutes. As he said, he was David Kirshner. Never told him what.
Can that even... Is Dogma the last time that would ever happen? Like, can people get mad at a movie anymore?
I mean, I just remember being at E3 and Comic-Con and people... I mean, people capitalize on anything.
I mean, people get mad that we put, like, women and black people in Star Wars movies now, but, like, do people ever, like...
I remember my ex-girlfriend, when I first got here via MySpace, was part of a committee to get Golden Compass out of the theaters.
Why?
Well, because
Because they knocked that bear's jaw off at the
it's
end?
a pretty... That Philip Kaufman, is that his name? Like, just a pretty anti-Christian story, like the antidote to Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe.
It is? I mean, I knew that because they came out at the same time, and it seemed that way.
It is, but like it's not something kids would read.
Yeah, Jack, I guess that is it now. Is like it's the Ghostbusters shit, where it's like MRAs get mad at movies instead of like Christian groups.
Oh, man.
Because nobody listens to Christian
Wow.
groups anymore.
What a shitty parent doesn't put the batteries
It
in her
blows
kid's
my mind
toy.
how both sides have become the Christian right.
Yeah. Atheists are just as annoying and damaging as horrible Christians now.
They all use the same tactics now, holier than thou horse shit. Ugh. It's exhausting. I'm going to sit here and watch Child's Play.
That's why I'm a centrist, Chris.
You're the biggest enemy of all, according to one or two podcasts and a couple articles.
There is a dude whose picture's in the back of like this room and Andy's room, and it looks like Dave Coulier. So I'm gonna say that's their dad.
Who at this time was
Whoa,
just
whoa.
getting famous.
This is kind of gross.
This is where you had this thing set to evil.
Seeing a child.
Oh!
Wanna play?
Man, that is a stuntman role. You see what he did there?
That would never happen. Like, throw a doll at that angle, it'll never just roll under.
It's alive.
Oh, good points. He probably did it. What? Aqua's boy says, oh my god, Officer Mustache co-wrote the script for Snow Dogs. My life is forever changed. One of a series of films from that period that the trailer was like, it's totally about talking animals, you little kids. Come see this. And you're like, this is a Cuba Gooding Jr. hanging out for 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the case of Kangaroo Jack, it was Jerry O'Connell.
Oh god, I hope we're in sync. Okay, nothing happened. Poke. All good. All good. You don't.
Got a bad hit, bitch.
This is before we knew Chucky could jizz, too. That's a revelation that comes later.
Hello, your doll is murdering people. Yes, I'll hold.
That's a Treehouse of Horror reference.
Last Stand 001 says, someone needs to call the Carl Winslow doll. Carl's bad. The doll.
Man, he's got Yahoo Serious for hair right now.
Now, because of CGI, so many little people are out
Look,
of work.
his hair is totally just went back to normal.
I like that you fixed Daniel's terrible word that we're not supposed to say.
I know I'm the most offensive man in the world, but I do what I can.
Yeah, see, just burn it. See, she's the only horror person that makes like a good decision immediately.
But like, even if the kid walked out now and saw this,
But then she does this.
Man.
Just throw him in there. Who cares? I spent $40 on this doll. I'm not just going to burn it without talking to it.
So if she hadn't said something to him before doing that, she could have thrown him in the fire without any...
you were yelling at a doll to talk to you. God damn it, dude. This is horrifying.
So is Chucky?
And we're off. So
I thought this was the end of the movie. So is Chucky as strong as Brad Dourif's character was, or is he magically super strong? That's what I always want to know.
I mean, strong for his height.
Because
well, I mean, you have a cat. You ever try and like get one in a car? It'll overpower you.
My cat has asthma. I have to give him an inhaler every day. So that I think that is the Bradbury building. I think that might be the building from Blade
Have
Runner.
you ever tried to like cut a cat's nails? It's like their strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I do that. Yeah, we do that a lot. We have 2 cats.
John Wieglow says, "Oh my God, a doll powered on 0-point energy. I'm rich."
Because Chucky has no muscles or bones. So that also bears the question: can he only bend his arm like this, or can he bend it at any angle?
Something.
But is he? Does it give him the form and movements of a man?
The strength
yeah.
of a man.
Could he take his bottom half apart and let his legs run around? I have so many questions they have not answered yet in 7 movies.
At the very least, is Swimming Bird. None of us would know.
Philip Lopez, yes, the effects on that doll are really good. That whole scene looked great, actually. Like he looks very lifelike, and he looks very like full of life.
Chicago in June. I have no idea what the weather's like.
I mean, I went through it in almost May, and it
to
was frozen. Holy shit! Sebastian Villegas says, "Okay, weird trivia I found on IMDb. Jessica Walter apparently voiced Chucky, but her work was discarded. I don't buy it, but funny anecdote."
Huh.
Yes, Jack Ninivagi, I know the answer to all those questions are voodoo magic and Tatum Tree's ass if I'm high. No, but I have had 2 of these. Racer 5.
Well, lady, you have the batteries in your hand, so I believe you.
Well, I have all the evidence I need for a meet cute.
Phil Lopez says, well, we know he can jack off, so that's answered.
This is the tyranny of Great Lakes weather. Sometimes it snows in fucking April. So it's so true.
Yeah, when we did our cross-country road trip, we came from New Jersey and Pennsylvania where it was already like 70 degrees, 80 degrees in the end of May, or the beginning of May, and the rest of the country is frozen until you get here, until you get to Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
JGB Sterling, I thought it might be, but you're probably right. It's not the Bradbury building. But it's a cool-looking 80s building.
Think she's using an Uber pool or just regular Uber?
I think she's in the same cab that killed Bill Cosby in Ghosthead.
I think Buster Poindexter is riding.
I should have gone with the Scrooge reference.
Oh yeah, I get to watch that again almost.
We did watch
time.
Niagara Falls, Andy.
I gotta think of Christmas movies this year, David. I think we're out.
No, we have not even scratched the surface.
Home Alone
There's
2,
a million
it's
Christmas movies.
We have not done Christmas Story.
Have you done Muppets Christmas Carol?
No.
Fuck yeah,
Man,
dude.
they have a new
That's
order
2
than
great
Hallmark.
movies.
We haven't done Christmas Vacation.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That's a Christmas movie.
Sorry, I don't know.
Santa says
I don't know. I don't know Hobo.
There should have been a
sign
song
language.
here in this montage.
Hobo Sign Language. This is yes. Yeah, I mean
All
every,
of Hobo sign languages. Do you have any heroin?
I mean, to go down the
Is that guy
Shane
weighing
Black
himself
hole.
down with a sack of potatoes.
This looks like my walk to your apartment every day.
Do It's
What
a
weird
Wonderful Life,
music?
please. This should have been something from Rocky. This is way too montagey.
What is she looking for?
Answers.
That guy's.
He's peeing in someone's house. Unless that's the outhouse.
Also, I feel like
I haven't seen A Christmas Story, and I've held off because every year I expect you guys to do a commentary. Says JGB.
Just watch it. Watch it and then watch the commentary. Jack Nindivagi's been waiting for an It's a Wonderful Life commentary for years.
I feel like if a woman in her 30s walked up to a hobo camp like this, it would not go this pleasantly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have information, and now you should go.
It's nowhere near as scary as the real thing.
Oh, she was looking for that guy. Did you put the soul of Brad Dourif into that doll you sold me?
Give me this. Not enough for what?
He threw it in the ground.
Yeah, I seen a doll. That is to say, I saw a doll.
That is to say, I saw her.
Oh, this is going to get rapey, isn't it?
John Wilga says, hope she saved the receipt. Hobo return policies are tough.
That's no reason to blaspheme.
Yeah, I'm a winner, but I'm a winner with a gun. Everyone's talking about Krampus. Oh, and Santa's sleigh. That's the, who's it, Stone Cold Steve Austin? Who's in Santa's sleigh?
No, that's Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Talk, yo.
Which bald dude in a black Speedo was it?
I would do commentary for the first 5 minutes of Santa Slay. The rest of the movie I can kind of take or leave.
Dude, you do not want to see that movie.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Have you done that one?
No, but if I could talk.
Jesus, Chris.
You're
like, we're out of Christmas movies, and we're just naming all the best movies.
If there's like,
Brett's dead.
If we could do a laser time on like movies that put their entire budget into one scene, Santa Slay is that. Like they literally put Fran Drescher, Chris Kattan,
back when that meant something.
Like a bunch of notable actors in the first scene to get murdered by Goldberg, and then the rest of the movie is just like a big wet fart.
People are revisionists about Chris Kattan, right? Like people say he wasn't good on SNL.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's full of shit, right? He's like an all-time great. He's at least in the top 20.
Mm-hmm.
That guy kind of looks like Chris Kattan.
Why does that matter?
Oh, he killed Brad Dourif. Ooh. Sebastian Villegas, Chris actually mentioned that earlier, that Roger Ebert gave Child's Play 3 out of 4 stars.
Yep. I love that because he going back through Elm Street Nightmare, he's kinder than he needs to be towards a lot of horror movies.
Roger Ebert? Mm-hmm. I usually just watch their old cartoon ones. Those are always fun.
And Siskel isn't. We play a clip for it on Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and like Roger Ebert's like, this is a good idea. This is well done. And Gene's like, shut up, Roger. It's dumb, and movies are stupid, and I hate my job.
They both do that to each other. Gene. I watched their Blade Runner one recently. I hope you die first. On Blade Runner, it was like the same. Like he changed Siskel's mind. Siskel was like, I thought it was kind of bad, and he's like, what? It's awesome.
Yeah.
John Wiegler says Ebert sometimes gives a set in Chicago bonus.
Oh.
I am much more likely to watch a movie if I know it's set in San Francisco.
Me
or
too.
Long Island, but not that many movies are set on
Dude,
Long
look
Island.
into it. Every third movie is set in San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, it's not.
A lot of movies are. Set in, not shot in. Virofer says, Roger Ebert, very unreasonable about video games. Yes, he was. He made points that people did not... Whenever people talked about that, they didn't bring up the points he made. They just thought he was saying video games can't be art, but he really had a thought process behind it. He was wrong.
He actually reviewed some video games. We're like, oh yeah, these are fucking good.
Yeah, didn't you talk about Bioshock?
I can't remember.
I forget it. You talked about a few games. Jack Danny Vargas says, Roger Ebert's review of The Station Agent is one of my favorite reviews. Yeah, anytime I watch a movie made before like 2000, I go back and look for their review because they're all on YouTube. Joe Drew says, meanwhile, Toronto gets Scott Pilgrim and a wet fart. Well, I mean, every movie is shot in Toronto. They just don't say it. Or no, not Toronto. What's the other one?
I think we're about to see my favorite kill.
You have a favorite Child's Play kill?
Yeah, this one. If it's in a car and it involves Chucky. So this guy also has kind of a I lived through the movie vibe to him. So I don't know. But I think he's about to die.
Phil Lopez says, in retrospect, he was probably right about most video games, and I'd rather side with him than gamers these days.
He was I don't know what he was talking. He said games aren't art. But if he was critical of video game stories, good. Bad plots, horrible acting, and most movies don't have the luxury of 40 minutes of gameplay in between all of that.
I always like when Jeff Gerstmann says stuff like that, because I'm like, okay, finally someone who people will listen to, who gamers will listen to, is saying that, hey, 99% of game stories
are
suck.
terrible, but they're facilitating something else, and that's what a game is.
Why would he keep his jumper cables in the back seat and not the trunk?
Maybe he got him. Maybe it's one of those, the seat comes down and he can reach into the trunk. You ever see Siskel and Ebert play the Sega Activator? That's a great video.
Oh, you fell for the old lighter trick. He even had to charge it up. God,
I love 80s cars.
Whoa.
That is a long fucking knife.
So did Chucky bring that knife, or did he just happen to have that in his car?
It's a standard police issue butcher knife.
Snazzy one. Mario Odyssey's Friday. I better get a friggin' Amazon shipping notice soon.
Whoa!
So he's under the seat.
How is he doing all this and still keeping his foot on the gas? Why is his foot still on the gas? Can we also add that?
Pull over and get out of the car.
He literally drove through a mailbox. Like he should stop and maybe get out of the car at this point.
Yeah. My car is trying to stab me.
Yes.
In 80s movies, it's so hard to tell what's a nice car.
Yeah.
Like, this is a nice car.
We think. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is one of the best San Francisco shot movies ever.
Oh, shit. He's going to get those high crazy taxi bonuses at this point.
He's going to get crazy.
I'm Chucky. Drop me off at Andy's house.
Dude, I know Chucky has been in Universal Halloween Horror Nights a couple of times. They always hire a little person. It is fucking terrifying.
Someday I want to go to
It's the
we're
best.
we're gonna miss Disneyland Halloween, but we are planning on Disneyland Christmas. We're gonna see Disneyland.
It's the best. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween.
Ooh.
Go fuck yourself. God damn it.
So I guess it's Child's Play 2 where somebody is killed by Chucky pulling like a big plastic sheet over someone's face while he's driving.
Joe Drew, that's what I was trying to think of. Vancouver, where the Stop Podcasting Yourself guys live. That's what I think of it as.
You can tell this guy's a cop because he's already fashioned himself a little bandage for his hand. Cops are good at that.
So how does Chucky vocalize? There's no throat. There's no larynx.
You gotta stop thinking
When
about
he,
There's no
when he
lungs.
Was, when he was
Can't do that.
possessed, he got internal organs. That's why he can jizz.
Can't
Oh,
do
you're
that.
right. Yeah, he makes jizz.
You're gonna start telling me about the biology of ghosts.
The
Wet
movie
Willy.
Ghost? Or did you say Ghosts or Ghosts?
Ghosts.
We should have done that
Plural.
for Halloween. Ghost? I've seen that movie 100 times.
All of his outward parts are plastic, but inside it's organs.
Oh,
Because I think most people are more familiar with Chucky with like a scarred and disfigured
Yeah.
face.
yeah, he gets more messed up as the movies go
Oh,
on.
good, I killed him.
And that's that.
Why not just move? Like, at this point, when that happens to me, I'm like, all right, I'm moving to Japan. I'm out of here.
Did she leave her son with someone? Or is she just like visiting various hobo camps?
I wanted to
Hoboken.
move into an abandoned apartment from a cast member from Glow.
Oh, I was thinking Candyman. This is totally the apartment.
Candyman.
This is like 6 different San Francisco bars.
Have you watched Candyman recently?
No.
That movie holds up. That movie is
It was
fucking
so
messed up.
It was like our little scary movie when we were preteens.
Dude, when the bees
and
come out of his mouth. Bees come out of his mouth! The dogs that bark and shoot bees
I
at
knew
you?
a Simpsons reference was coming. I was bracing myself. Every time Chucky ever explodes, says Daniel Tree, she has guts.
By the way, no
Good
flop
point.
house is ever this like intricately detailed.
This literally looks like a poorly lit version of the 3 Men and a Baby house.
This is every theater I've ever done improv in.
Call me now.
Oh, it's the bad guy from Live and Let Die.
No, from Princess and the Frog.
Oh, Dumbella.
I got friends on the other side.
That guy's all over Disney World. That's
Voodoo,
awesome.
we got voodoo. Keith David barely singing,
Yeah.
but sounding great.
He does his voice on everything in Disney World.
Keith, I wish
He's
I
in that
was
card
Keith
game.
David.
You collect the cards
Wish
and walk
Keith David
around.
was my dad.
I'm nobody's fourth Ghostbuster.
I know, but his fourth Ghostbuster. Candyman is another Chicago horror movie, says Jamie Carrera. Wow.
Speaking of fourth Ghostbusters, we're watching Twin Peaks: The Return right now. I already watched it, but Rebecca hasn't seen it. We just watched Fire Walk with Me last week, or a few days ago. And I brought up because the fourth Ghostbusters in it.
Oh, so this is like
the
the doll was never called Chucky.
Bill Cosby did it.
It's the killer whose nickname was Chucky.
Wait, so they're referring to this guy?
Is this Tony Todd?
No.
Who is this? This guy looks vaguely familiar.
I was thinking that. I was thinking he looks.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Candyman, and he kind of looks like
You're
him.
thinking of his collection of eels. Like everyone has that in their apartment.
I had eel this weekend. It was really good.
I'm not being controlled from outside the window.
Phil Lopez says Andy is staying at the kids' asylum.
And
That's
just
where
go
you
here. I guess it's important to bring up. This was during the Cabbage Patch craze, so if
Yeah.
you could be afraid of this doll, there was probably one of these in your house.
Well, and the good guy doll, or the My Buddy dolls.
to a lesser extent, but Cabbage
Yeah, they
Patch
weren't
is
as
a
popular, but
fucking
I had one.
phenomenon.
I didn't have any Cabbage Patch Kids.
I went to the Cabbage Patch nursery,
The fuck is
their
that?
headquarters. It was just where they started, and they had like this whole.
Where's that?
Like,
Is it in
somewhere
Milwaukee?
in Georgia? No.
Georgia?
Somewhere down south. Yeah.
What were you doing in Georgia? I guess it's right near Florida, right?
Yeah.
Sebastian Villegas says Charles E. Ray, the murderer, is named after Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, and James Earl Ray.
James Earl Ray. It's a reference to a musical called Assassins.
It's kind of a cute abomination.
This guy's working way too hard for this movie. Does he know what movie he's in?
Why did you teach the criminal killer voodoo? You're partially at fault here. It's like teaching the bully karate.
Phil Lopez says, "Oh yeah, this is the scene where they explain all the things Matt was asking." I was being facetious. I know it's voodoo. I'm not.
Oh!
I'm not. What's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But I forget this is their clever way to have Chucky hurt someone without having to interact with them.
Yeah. Virofer says they want to edit this to replace Chucky with Johnny Five. Chucky is alive. That knife looked like a hot dog there. All right,
yes, exposition.
Now we're getting into Death Note rules. We're like, all right, if someone else touches it, but you told them to touch it, you can tell them to do the thing.
It's like pushing daisies.
Oh, Sebastian Villegas says Don Mancini, whoever that is, was never happy with the voodoo stuff. He claimed it opened plot holes, like why not use the doll to get the kid to come to him?
Oh! Sorry, you're named after a toilet.
So he did just say the creepiest line in the whole
Chicago
movie.
PD is there.
He did just say the creepiest line in the movie. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy.
Schnazzy One says, such an iconic knife.
It is a weird knife that doesn't exist in the wild.
Yeah.
Look at that dog. Dog's dead.
That dog's adorable.
Doll's dead.
Oh, Don Mancini's the creator who wrote all 7 films, so he's the guy that owns 70% of it or whatever.
I'm okay.
And he directed 3 of them. Wow.
Operator, give me the 1940s.
It's a voodoo phone. A Santeria cult shaking chicken bones at it. Daniel Treach says, being from New Orleans, I can say that voodoo is a much bigger deal than most think. Yeah, you're probably dealing with it all the time. I saw the James Bond movie that takes place in New Orleans.
But you can't name it.
Live and Let Die. I said it earlier.
I've never seen it.
It's my 3rd favorite James Bond movie.
I don't know from James Bond movies.
It's super weird. It's a blaxploitation movie that just happens to have James Bond in it.
All right, so Andy himself could fit right through those bars.
John Mogo says he's up to 5 on the Jack Nicholson scale. Have you seen those pictures of Jack Nicholson that's going around right now? I'm going to find it and show you.
Oh, yeah.
Please, Gary Busey, help me.
Fear is Oh, no.
Jack Nicholson right now?
Oh, no.
I mean, he still looks like he's with it.
He looks like
He
he looks like he's showing up to his first day on the job at Wendy's.
He looks like the World of Warcraft player from South Park, which is like, you know what, Jack Nicholson, you're like 70-something now. That's fine. Oh my God, that's sad.
Nothing more unsettling than a kid wearing a turtleneck, says Disco Hero. MC Fernalot does his thing.
Andy Barkley's Shut Up and Jam.
Nick B says, you want to get into this boy's hole, you got to pay the troll toll.
Boy's soul.
G.B. Sterling says, does this kid really need to be in a jail cell? Jane O'Tree says the extra scenes they've added in the Blu-ray are pointless.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, what is that? Looks like a puppet.
Yeah. Very like claymation-y.
Jesus, no,
this is a little guy.
I think that might be a kid.
Ern Schroyer. Lock him in! Oh, you fucking...
Charles Nelson Riley's going to get him.
Pissed. Please, let's do a Scooby-Doo hallway run sequence right here.
Oh, shit. Every time he screams, it's really unsettling.
There's a suicide dive by Chucky there.
Yeah, where is he? Now I'm in a dentist office.
ECW.
Brad Dourif's a good voice actor.
I mean, he's basically just channeling Jack Nicholson. To a lesser extent, Christian Slater. Whoa! Wow, that kid has
Yeah. I wonder if that was
no
scripted or not.
agility.
All right, we got to do that scene over again.
He's playing as Chad in Friday the 13th, the game right now.
We shouldn't have given him a real scalpel. That kid just slices his throat
He's
open.
got terrible stats.
You'll never work in this town again, kid.
Give me that scalpel.
You're a bad boy.
No, open up your vein for daddy.
Virofer says Durif was a psychotic monk on an episode of Babylon 5. I used to watch that show just because there was nothing else on. Oh, this isn't the first time I've been penetrated by a small man.
Don't forget to use your nails,
Wait.
boy.
This kid's
Oh,
psych ward actually has like lobotomy shit.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
But if you
adult
watch
sized.
Return to Oz. It opens with electroshock therapy on Dorothy, so I'm used to this kind of stuff. This kid is drunk, so she should be Sterling.
What the hell?
Also, this is kind of different from like the Freddy's and Jasons of the world in that like these are mostly okay people getting killed.
Yeah,
like
innocents.
the friend of the mom who's
Yeah.
just being a babysitter. That guy who is like his job is to work with like troubled kids.
Yeah, like into the 90s, they'd give you a reason to want all these people to. They'd
like
show,
this person fucked or this person
lick
is
someone
an
in their sleep.
asshole.
Or they'd show you like the kid would be like getting into danger or whatever while the babysitter didn't pay attention. Oh yeah, Disco Hero, Paul Lind. I thought I was doing Charles Nelson Riley, but I was doing Paul Lind. Paul Lind.
Don't forget to use your nails, boys.
But it's also that, like, and I forget this because of the whole blur of the Child's Play series. The animatronics are so hard. Chucky has not been able to personally engage with anybody.
Yeah.
He has to have an apparatus that he puts on, walks out of the scene.
Daniel Treese points out the Paul Lind Halloween special.
Oh,
He says
yeah.
it's incredible. Dude, that video is
I have not
nuts.
seen it.
Oh my god, it's amazing. You should watch it. Philippa says, Mustache Cop! And Dick B says, Chucky from the top rope! This kid's pretty smart.
Yeah, this lattice will keep him out.
I wanted to do this. Yeah, this balsa wood chair.
And my swag.
And a little rosebud for good measure.
Hey, what do you want from me? I can only lift 6 pounds.
I have how much sleazier he's getting.
Is it the same elevator from that Steve Martin Christmas movie?
Nope.
That,
Be more specific.
what's her name gets stuck in? No, he's only, how many Christmas movies has he made? He made it sound like it's a lot. It's not Voices Off or whatever that
Mixed
movie's
Nuts.
called. Mixed Nuts! Oh my god, I can't believe you thought that.
Yes.
That what's her name
Where
gets
Jon
trapped
Stewart
in.
plays Rollerblader number 2 in the opening.
Who's the famous comedian lady from Clue that's dead now? She gets trapped in the elevator in the movie. And she's playing with the toys that are all the gifts. Somebody,
Madeline Kahn?
yes, Madeline Kahn. Yes, oh, I love her so much that I couldn't think of her name.
Flames?
Flame coming off of my head. I
That's
love when
another
Diana
movie we
does
haven't
that.
done yet.
Oh,
Have we?
Clue?
I feel like we may
Oh,
have.
that'd be a good one.
It's so every time we like poo like, ugh, Sony just licensed a board game into a movie. What a Clue.
Yeah,
Clue's great.
Clue's a great movie.
It's the
That
first time
movie
it
had-
happened. It was awesome.
When I was growing up, the movie had such a bad reputation up until I was like in my 20s.
That's impossible.
Seriously, like people
Man.
like on podcasts and TV and stuff
Is
would talk
this
about what a
like-
bad movie
Is
it
this
was.
Home Alone before Home Alone?
It's not dissimilar to how Nightmare on Elm Street ends.
Oh yeah, they also kind of set up
With
shit in their own
like,
house.
whoa, Anarchist Cookbook. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. See, JGB Sterling points out, I thought people hated Clue.
Oh,
They
Clue's
did
great,
when it
dude.
They did when it released. It didn't like have a good box.
Oh, it's
office
fantastic.
response.
Also that,
It's
when it came
always
out,
been
it had a bad-
fantastic.
Also, it was the
reputation.
only movie that made you go see it 3 times randomly.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't know
I
if
mean,
you.
I was 7 when that happened. I didn't go see it once.
Yeah,
But,
I grew
but
up
when
with
you saw it on HBO, just at all 3.
yeah, on
endings.
Comedy Central or whatever, they would just play all 3 and
It
it
could
would
have
say
ended that way.
it could have ended this way. But what if it ended this way? But it really ended
Clue's
this
great.
way. Daniel Tree says no one likes Connect 4: Human Centipede 5. Oh yeah, and Flamingo Cocktail pointed out.
Oh, he's
Madeline
running
Kahn.
like Rodney Dangerfield.
Hey,
Totally judging this kid on like Friday the 13th skills. Lock the door behind you. Is there a trap in
Hotwire
here?
the car,
Yep. Call Tommy.
fill the power wheels with gas, and we're out of here.
they said my mother the car. Maxine Morris says, Clue is great. I watched it on the movie channel or something at my
fantastic.
grandmother's house one summer, and I loved it.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
God.
Fuck me.
That kid has a concussion now. At
Damn.
the very least.
No,
was-
we know now that kid is fucked up forever.
That was it. It's hard to get a hit to look good, especially in a cheap horror movie. That looked really good. That
was
like
harsh.
you felt
I did
that
not
hit.
expect that kid to get bludgeoned.
It was Vern Troyer getting hit in the head.
JHB Sterling says the kid is going to reenact the ending of Signs.
Oh, 2 Quados.
Yeah. No, Vern Troyer wasn't around until Baby's Day Out. That was his first big job. He was the baby double on Baby's Day Out.
The same Santeria coat.
Just needs Michael Jordan's autograph to make it complete. Look at this building with nothing surrounding
I only
it.
know
And that building is the first poster for the movie. There's no Chucky on the
Really?
poster. Yeah,
No, I don't think I've ever seen that.
So when's the last time the character of Chucky has tried to do this? Like,
It's probably been a
That-
while.
does he try it in the new
Question for
movies?
Sebastian.
Well, he put his girlfriend. He put Jennifer. What's her name?
Yeah. Like, I think he's resigned to a life of being a doll.
What the fuck's her name?
Expect
From Family
Jennifer
Guy.
Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly. He put Jennifer Tilly into that doll. Disco Hero says, "Would Fat Tony and Joey Pants? What are you talking about?"
Okay, Flamingo
Oh.
Cocktail says he does it in every movie.
Yeah, they're in Baby's Day Out. Whoa, Daniel Tree says the relationship with Andy and Chucky in the new movie is amazing. The kid comes back.
Fuck.
Fire Rover says, "Yeah, man, he possesses shit all over the
Wow,
place."
2 of you had to beat up a doll.
And-
Jesus.
It's a nimble doll.
Should he have the cop to be
Damn.
like, let me throw him away and then we'll be done with it? Like, that's his own fault.
Did you wear your Achilles heel guards?
Yeah, just come in with metal pants. You know
Yeah.
that it's a tiny doll. Sebastian Villegas says, and you can't imagine how mentally scarred Andy is in his adult years.
concussion-y.
Oh, Phil Lopez says everyone comes back. Does the mom from Seventh Heaven come back? Does Sweater Cop come back? Does Mustache Cop come back?
Abnormally clean. Get out of there.
Yes.
You're in a
All these
dream.
rooms look like
This
the
must be
shittiest
an
hotel rooms I've
Airbnb.
stayed in. You ever seen a hotel that's like not a chain? Like it's just a local hotel? It always looks just like this.
A little bit dingy as shit, like a Mr. Shows fucking
Yeah.
set.
There's bugs in the top of the shower. That happened to me once.
We find this mildew. Oh. Been waiting for this guy to die for so long.
Sebastian Villegas says, but a certain character from Child's Play
You
2.
did not joust him to death.
He's really strong. We've been over this. Voodoo.
I mean,
Oh, through the leg.
Shoot him in the face. It doesn't matter where you shoot him. He's a voodoo monster. Oh my god.
This is pleasantly horrifying.
God, everyone trips so much in these movies. Because it's the only way that makes sense.
I wish it was October all year round.
It can be. You can just... Dinosaur Dracula does it. Just watch horror movies all the time.
Virus says, Chucky really has it rough, you know? He kills a bunch of people, but they kick the shit out of him in every movie.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
already a
Most-
criminal.
Yeah.
He probably already murdered a bunch of people before this movie even happened.
Tune in to Elm Street Nightmare this week and listen to Freddy get kicked in the balls.
He used those balls to molest children. He deserves it.
Annie, don't be so fucking useless. Do something.
He's one doll, you dumbass. Get him.
This is also what Chucky sounds like when he jacks it in the later movie.
And now we say goodbye to the building.
Oh, come on, you idiot kid. I wouldn't be this dumb at that age. Yes.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Philip Lopez says Chucky has 3 moves: swinging a bat, knifing, and biting.
Whoa.
God damn.
Could have held that closed for longer.
Holy shit, that's like a little stuntman
Yeah.
set on fire.
God, we went through so many little people shooting this scene. Good thing it takes 3 of them to get to a misdemeanor.
Like the little person was like, let me climb up on this couch for a second. This'll help. No, it didn't.
They got input on the scene from John Landis. He told them to just really light a little person on fire. He gave them the names of some Korean
that's
children
so
they could
awesome.
use.
Sebastian Villegas says they built a large set for that
Yeah.
for the stuntman.
They got like a full guy. It was like a 7-foot guy. It was like Vin Diesel was in that suit, and they had to build a 30-foot tall
So
set.
I've actually been conscious the whole time. I should have done something.
I didn't want to touch my sweater. Philip says, God, he missed practical effects.
It's my secret first aid kit.
John Wilco says, get your shit together, kid. I think he's a few minutes back. What? Daniel Trees? No. Daniel Trees says, was anyone else disappointed with Monkey Business when they were a kid?
Yes. Yes.
You've seen that film?
Yes. Like, we wanted to rent it all, or Monkey Shines.
I know Monkey Shines. Is Monkey Business the same thing?
Oh, Monkey Business was the comedy with a little girl. Good fucking Christ.
God damn it.
That's so grotesque, I'm depressed.
Yeah, Viorfer says it's almost a
Jesus.
Benderish scream that he has.
Bite my shiny plastic ass.
Okay. That'd be a great ending. Like, fuck my son. Just, like, kill him.
I'm going to marry Chucky.
All the powers of
He's
its
been
all.
nothing but a pain for the last few days.
Just never open those doors again. Schnazzy One says, that midget went through some serious shit. God damn.
Ow.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
me. I am so happy Stanley Kubrick didn't sue anybody.
Here's Chucky.
He's not going to do that. I'm just fully expecting him to do that. It's been a while since I've seen it.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I'm telling you, Chucky is a real victim here.
That may be a third or fourth movie
The
thing.
Terminator is totally a horror film, Sebastian. Yes.
Yeah,
it is
Terminator
a slasher
1.
film. It's a monster movie.
And there's that long fuck scene in it that you watch with your parents.
Oh,
Sebastian Villegas says there was a Shining reference in Seed of Chucky. I don't remember that one. I don't know
here's
which one.
Just, wow. And it keeps on coming. Just get a laundry basket and a paper towel, cover him up.
She is a good shot.
It's just a flesh wound.
Is he hopping?
This is me playing Dead Space.
How is she, like, way better than the cop at shooting the guy?
That cop's a wuss.
Seventh bullet.
This music's great.
Yeah. This is exactly what she had to do to stop her husband from touching their kids, too.
So it's crazy that there's been, like, what, 7 or 8 Chucky movies, and there's still no, like, defining Chucky theme. Like,
Is there not? I'm not
really.
I'm not sure at all. I don't remember that stuff ever, though. When people say, like, remember this theme from that? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're
It's
talking
like
about.
going through Nightmare, like there's a Nightmare on Elm Street theme, but it's not used when Freddy's on. He doesn't have an on-camera theme.
Is the Freddy's theme?
And
Is
they,
that the Will
they
Smith
slowly
song?
drop it.
On my street. Captain
He is
Mustache
Tonka
back.
tough, says Daniel J.
Captain Mustache.
Chucky will return in the Avengers, says Booster Duff. That's the craziest
what, you gotta bring
thing
me out a gabagool?
I ever heard.
God, I love Captain Mustache so much.
Man, this I gotta hear. Sebastian Villegas says there was a Chucky rap song written and performed for the film, but it got discarded. You can hear it in the trailers.
I'm Chucky, and I'm here to say I'm an evil doll.
My name's Chucky,
End
and
of
I
song.
like to fuck him. My name is Chucky, and I'm lucky. I was close, says Sebastian.
Uh-oh, don't do it.
I got the soul of Brad Dourif.
This guy was really good on Orange is the New Black. It's Nicolas Cage in Raising Arizona.
Alas, poor Yurik. I knew him well.
I'm okay. You're okay.
Everyone watch Hidden America, by the way. That show is fantastic. It's on Verve now. You gotta watch it there. Captain Mustache is from Chicago, too.
There he is.
Why do they give the doll teeth?
Fuck! The one person who deserves to die, let's just let it go down.
Give the gun to the mom from Seventh Heaven. She's
First,
a way better
admit
shot
you were
than
wrong, John.
Agree that if I kill him, you'll shave that mustache off. No, it's Movember.
Firefur is asking, how many... Has anyone kept count of how many times Chucky's been shot Yeah, it's probably been about like
It's been a
8
bunch.
times.
More than 50
Yeah.
Cent.
But does he have a crystal skull? Is he telling his body to kill them? So then is he not in control of his body?
Oh, he's waving goodbye.
Who was yelling kill him? Was it Chucky or the fucking...
It was Chucky. Chucky yelling to his body to kill him, so he must not have control of his body. His body has its own volition. Oh.
I don't feel like they do that in a lot in the further movies. Just like go back to the good guy doll stuff.
Special Vegas says, "Shot through the heart."
National Enquirer, selling my story. But this is what's great, because like once everybody knew about franchise potential, you shut down your movie with some ambiguity, and I don't remember how this ends.
And also,
It's gonna be some.
I'm expecting one of those
Or
cops
is
to
it-
die in the next few minutes because like neither of them have survived the movie potential written on them.
I'm gonna dress up as that mustache cop for Halloween.
Gonna buy me another one.
Find you another friend to shoot. That'd be great.
Dana Tree says Chucky can only be killed with the power of Rick Steiner.
Oh yeah, they
Dave, decode that for me.
There's you should look it up on YouTube to promote.
Wow, a pause sequence.
To promote, I think it was Bride of Chucky or Seed of Chucky. He showed up on a WCW Nitro
yeah.
episode.
It's true.
Whoa,
That
no,
is-
no, or is it?
No, but it was sort of.
Yeah.
They left the body alone. I don't remember how the second movie picks up, but I'm seriously glad I watched this. I do.
Yeah.
This is
I
a cool
mean-
movie. Yeah.
The series is about as fun as Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a weird that it took 30 years to tell and not less than 10.
It goes into crazy directions. It goes back and forth, which is also fun for a series to
Nightmare
do.
on Elm Street was done in like 9, like
The
8
fuck is
years?
Walkabout Chucky?
Yeah.
I'm Chucky. That's
Chucky
discovering
on the
himself.
town.
Yeah, but all right,
A
guys.
sexual walkabout Chucky.
That is it. If there's a post-credit sequence, you got to watch it on your own.
Bye, guys.
We'll be doing more commentaries later next month. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
We are gone. We're a dot. We're a leaf. Peace.